Hey, what's up, YouTube? My name is Devin. I am currently living in my truck. I have a '03 Ford Ranger, and it's been about pretty much 1 month right now sleeping in my truck. Just the other day, last week, I put my camber shell truck top or whatever you call it on my truck. I took it off mainly because winter was over and someone had backed into my truck right behind the driver's side wheel, and the glass imploded. So I took that off, but just 2 days ago no, my dad, he had duct tape some plastic over it. So I got stuff sitting back there now, laundry basket and some clothes. Once I'm able to, I'm going to duct tape some cardboard all the way back there, so it'll block out the sun and give some privacy and all that. But for right now, I'm just sleeping in my driver's seat. Yeah, it sucks, but I'm making about $11 an hour, paying child support. I get paid weekly because I'm a temp at a factory. I barely get any overtime whatsoever, so my take home is $260 a week. And my weekly expenses, pretty much match my weekly pay. So, kinda not possible for me to save up any money whatsoever. I've been on first shift since November, and about a month ago they transitioned me to second shift as the next step to getting hired in. And I would imagine so it'll be about 2 to 3 months, if I'm lucky, that I'll be hired in and making more money, getting paid about $14 an hour. And I hate that I would have to get paid every 2 weeks. I mean, yeah, it's more money in one paycheck, but I kind of prefer to get paid weekly, you know? But yeah, I mean, I did the math. My gross pay would be about $1,140 every 2 weeks, and I am just doing a rough estimate, but I would imagine my take home would be close to probably somewhere between 850 and 950. As I mentioned, I'm paying child support. Right now, it's only $80 a week, and I would imagine that'll at least double the child support. So, right now, as a temp, my gross pay is $440 a week, and my deductions are about $180. So, taxes, child support, $180, $260 a week. And I got lucky because I found out what ethanol fuel meant on my truck when I put gas in. So I realized that E85 was ethanol fuel, so cheaper gas, that's the way to go. And the ethanol fuel, E85 fuel, the gas tank lasts just as long as regular gas. a full tank of gas can last me all week, to and from work. And I'm glad I got a fan sitting right over there. It's a battery-powered fan, so I'm not wasting gas and wasting gas running my truck, sitting still in a parking lot, running the AC, so I'm not wasting gas. And it's a powerful fan. It's got 2 speeds, and it's really good. And I go and use it for work when I'm working in an area that doesn't have a fan. And when I am hired in, yeah, I could go to a motel and just stay there and pay bi-weekly. Or I can just continue to either find somewhere to stay rent-free, or pay as little in rent as possible. Like if I were just going to stay at a family member's or a friend's house, that's just $100 or so a month. But that's not really gonna happen. I mean, I could get lucky and stay somewhere and pay like $100 something a month, $25 a week. But I just don't want to afford it. Especially now, I can't afford it. I mean, I could, but I can't. I mean, my sister, she found a place to live because she got kicked out of our dad's place because she wrecked her second vehicle. And she had 2 vehicles pretty much in a short amount of time. She wrecked them both, so she got kicked out. She was pretty much living at a campground as a counselor, but now that's over with and she's staying with her friends. So, and she did ask, and she did ask for me to stay. And yeah, so I do have a place I can go and actually sleep on a bed, but I just don't really feel like paying rent. And I can't afford at least $100 or so a month, but I just don't want to do it. So I'm perfectly fine sleeping in my truck for now, for the foreseeable future. And if I'm not hired in by winter, then of course, yeah, I'll go and stay with my sister and her friends and live there and pay rent. But I'd rather not do it because I'm in a bad financial situation right now. And once I'm hired in, I'm gonna focus on paying off all my debt. I got evicted from an apartment, and originally I owe them about $4,500, but my old apartment finally got rented out before the lease was due, so that cut what I owe in half pretty much. So right now it's roughly $2,400 to pay off the lease. And I gotta pay out the electric bill for that apartment too, which is $150. And I got myself a $400 loan, which costs about $800 in interest. So it was an instant loan. It wasn't something where I go inside a building or fill some information out online and my information gets sent out to a lender and I get a bunch of calls. I didn't go through that. It was instant, where I got the loan the next day. I put in my information, my bank information, and got paid the next day, $400, because I needed the money, right? So, and I noticed that the next following Friday, which was 2 weeks after I got the loan, $60.12 was paid for the weekly payments. They wanted $60.12 a week or 28 weeks. Bullshit. And I couldn't figure out how to cancel the automatic payment, so I changed my payroll to a different account. So right now my Chase account is like $300 negative. And I can't really pay that off. So yeah. Once I'm hired in, I will continue to sleep in my truck so I can save up some money as long as my expenses is lower than my income. That's really how you can save your money. As long as your expenses is lower than your income, you can save money. But the issue is, you'll be tempted to spend money on things you don't need, right? Which we do all have that issues, spending money on things we don't really need, just things we want. But of course, with me being in my truck, there are pretty much nothing that I would want that I could have in my truck. I can't have a big ass TV. When I say big, I don't mean a huge TV, just a TV to fit inside my truck. Just know where to plug it in. I mean, yeah, I can get a battery. Might be the wrong word. Inverter or something. It'll have an outlet to plug in, but I can't get Wi-Fi in my vehicle either. So, yeah. I mean, I have YouTube and I have TV on my phone, so I'm fine with that. And I got other apps to watch, my shows and all that. So, yeah, I mean, I have a cooler back here, small cooler to put stuff to make bologna sandwiches in. I'm pretty sure some of my bologna was starting to go bad because I went to open the cooler, started to smell. So I tossed 2 things of bologna out because I haven't had ice in there for too long of a time. So, yeah, man, I was just browsing the internet for new trucks. Because I was just looking at Ford. You can build and price your own truck and all that stuff. And the way I had it set up, it was a Ford 250 Super Duty. I don't know if that's the actual name of the vehicle or something, but that's what it said. It was a 2-door super cab, 8-foot bed, dually, 4 wheels in the back. Because I thought about getting a truck camper eventually. So in having a truck with 4 doors in the back, 4 wheels on the back, it'll help support the weight of a truck camper. And if one of the tires would go flat, I would still have 3 other tires. So, yeah. But yeah, the way I had it set up online, it was like $4,000 down, $530 a month. Now that's just the bare minimum. Now I would imagine, of course, I'm no expert, but I would imagine that the more money you put down, like, let's say the bare minimum was $4,000 even. Let's say I put down $10,000. Would that lower my monthly payments? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. But that's what I feel like doing. And once I get a bigger, better truck, I will probably continue to live in that truck for a little while until I can get a truck camper. But for now, if and when I do get a new truck, like brand spanking new, right off the lot, the very first owner of said truck, I'll probably get a camper shell for it, so I can set up, like a camper in the back of the truck and all that stuff. And I could sleep in my bed in my truck. It's a small bed. It's a Ford Ranger, so it's pretty small. Like 6 feet, I think. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's my plan. And I don't know why, I just felt like making a video. I have a tendency to do this kind of thing, to talk to myself, even without making a video. I don't know why, it's just how I am. I think out loud. That's just what I do. I think out loud. It helps me think. Yeah. I know the lighting kind of sucks. Just have one light right now. Having two doesn't make much of a difference. No, I guess it does. Right now we're facing the driver window. Right here. Yeah. Okay, I think it'll still do it. I don't know. Yeah. Wow. On video, you can actually see the fan slow down. Yeah, but I am homeless, and it sucks. Yeah, I could go to a shelter, and stay there, but that's just not me. I heard some bad things about shelters, and shelters, they have a curfew, and you can't be at the shelter all day when you're off work, and shelters have curfews, and I'm sure there's a way to work around that. Like, if you tell them you work you work from like 3 to 11 or something like that. I'm on second shift right now, because I'm just sticking it out, doing what I need to do to get hired in. I don't want to. Yeah, I could put in for an interview for another job. When I tried doing that before, but I was on first shift and I couldn't get the day off, or at least 4 hours off, because I was maxed out on points. I couldn't be late or anything like that. I'd already used my personal day, so I wouldn't get a half a point. Because funny thing too, I had a roommate. We worked at the same factory. I got him in to that factory, and we're on first shift. His line was doing overtime, so he was going in at 4 in the morning, where I went in at 6. Normally I would just stay in the work parking lot for 2 hours until I had to go in, but I forgot something at the apartment, so I drove back. And then when it was time for me to go to work, I went to the gas station, and when I went to start my truck, the battery died. So I called in, used my personal day, so I wouldn't get half a point. And I was stuck at the gas station. I wasn't just in a little parking space. I was right next to the pump, and I wasn't even getting gas. I was just going inside to buy a pack of smokes and a drink. And I'm out and do it because we can drink pop at the factory. So, when I went to start my truck, it wouldn't start. So I waited like an hour and 40 minutes for my dad to show up to give me a jump start. So yeah. Yeah, I could have used the personal day for its full use and just take the day off, but I can't afford any time off. Child support is a bitch. But that's what I gave her signing the birth certificate. Oh well. I mean, I do care for the child, even though she's not biologically mine. But it's been a year now. I care for the child. I love her. Yeah. I don't know how. I mean, my battery and alternator are relatively new. So, but still have issues. And right now, I think I need an oil change because when I start my truck, kind of doesn't want to start. Like when I start it, I just feels like I have to apply the gas pedal to get it to running. Yeah. Holy cow! It's been 22 minutes. Shit, I talked too long. It's 22 minutes for a YouTube video. Seriously? 22 minutes on YouTube? It's like 2 hours, right? Well, I'm currently in I was about to say, wow, I was about to say Walmart. Okay. But yeah, I'm at Walmart parking lot. I'm kind of closer to the front than I should be, but I'm still pretty far back. Yeah, there's two people about 3 spots down that are in campers, not truck campers, just trailer campers. So yeah. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, I guess, and head to bed. Yeah. So yeah, give me some advice, like what's your vehicle preference, for a truck? What is your truck preference, and what is your preference for a truck camper? Yeah, I don't know. Just whatever advice you can and all that stuff. Yeah. Signing off. Bye.